The Washington Commanders need to bounce back after a lackluster first preseason game, and there's three storylines that I'm keeping a close eye on. Let's talk about it. I'm Josh Taylor with A to Z Sports Commanders, and look, guys, that first game was ugly. That's not the team we're used to, and Dan Quinn said it himself. We have high standards, and we missed them. The honest truth from Coach, and I want to see what difference we have in this second game. The first thing I'm going to talk about is who is actually going to play in this game. Will we actually see a good bit of starting time from the starters? And I think we should. They need to be out there. It was also discussed that the joint practice between the Commanders and the Ravens is now officially off because of the scheduling with the Monday night game and the traveling with the Ravens and injuries. There's just a lot that went into it. It was the right move to make, but still, it really hurts when you think about the opportunities from some of those roster bubble guys that are fighting for a spot. But then also, the team is using this as a really good time for the starters to play and not really so much in the actual preseason games. But now they don't have that. So how long will we see Jayden Daniels out there? Will we see Debo make his debut? I have a lot of questions of how much are we going to see the starters, because you know they don't want to use them in that final preseason game against the Ravens and let them actually rest up before the week one starts against the New York Giants when it matters the most. So now is the time to get them on the field, get those in-game reps going, and really see what needs to be fixed before the season. And secondly, Jaci Kroski, Merritt, Bill, the guy who's been lighting it up in training camp. The hype has been all around Bill, and rightfully so. You see his burst, you see his speed, and what really separates him from the rest of the running back room. He was the player to watch in that first preseason game, and he didn't disappoint. I was surprised to see more of that power skill set come out of him for a smaller running back. He was pushing guys over, fighting for first downs. It really took me by surprise, but I shouldn't be after what I've seen so far from him at training camp. But he did have a minor shoulder injury in that first preseason game, and he had a no-contact jersey on today at practice. So what will his availability be like on Monday night with the quick turnaround for a Saturday game against the Ravens? Maybe they decide to rest him against the Bengals and save him for that last game against the Ravens for, a lot of these depth guys. Whether they're fighting for a spot or they're trying to go up the depth chart, that's what that final preseason game is going to be for. So maybe they just let him sit out for 1 week, get healthy, and get ready for that final game, and then ultimately ready for the regular season. And then I need somebody in that wide receiver room to step up. Jacy Brooks was the only depth guy with Terry McLaurin out, with Deebo Samuel out, with Noah Brown out. He brought in all 5 targets and led the team with 5 catches and 59 yards in that first preseason game. When I expected guys like KJ Osborne and Chris Moore to really step up, they dropped the ball, literally. There was a lot of opportunities there with Sam Hartman and Josh Johnson. Luke McCaffrey was hurt too. It's just nobody else besides Brooks stepped up in that first preseason game. It was extremely disappointing. That was your chance against a lot of backups with the Patriots later on in the game to actually make something happen and show that you should be one of the depth guys. And no one stood out. Michael Gallup, maybe he would look better with the starters, but I can't tell. I can't give an honest opinion on the depth guys yet until I actually see something from them. So maybe we will see some more starters on Monday night against the Bengals. We'll see. I'm not too sure how much we'll see Jalen Lane. Will Luke McCaffrey get a lot of playing time? But the wide receivers, when you're on the field, Terry's not going to be out there. We're not sure if Debo or Noah Brown is going to be out there yet. But regardless, if you have an opportunity to get the ball, you can't be making these drops and letting these opportunities go past you. I was extremely disappointed by what I saw outside of Brooks. So those are the 3 storylines I'm keeping a close eye on in the second preseason game, where the Commanders need to bounce back and show better effort than they did in that first game.